My name is Ruth and Sullivan. I live in Fairlawn, which is part of Anacostia, east of the river community.
My name is Novell Sullivan, and I originally grew up in Anacostia in the 40s.
I heard about Anacostia. I'm always fascinated by what it might be and never even knew how to get here. I know the PR and I know the crime and all of that, but when I came and opened the door to this house, I just knew that it was my home.
When I was a kid, I never walked on this street. I wouldn't even be this far in Anacostia. Anacostia was lily white. I grew up in Garfield. You know where Frederick Douglass' dwelling is? Well, Frederick Douglass' dwelling was probably one of the first low-income housing built for families in the 40s. I lived there during World War II. A lot of people that lived in Frederick Douglass' dwelling at that time were middle-class families. John Thompson, the coach of Georgetown, lived there. Some of the relatives of Senator Ed Brooke lived there. It was just a tremendous community. My mother is a Washingtonian. She graduated from Armstrong High School, I think in 1935. My father was from Youngstown, Ohio. He was in the fight business. I went to boarding school in Massachusetts. In grade school, Dad sent my brother and I to school in Massachusetts because schools were segregated here. It allowed me to look at white people in their eyes and talk to them. And I never forget, when I was a kid, this man came and said, "Hey, Daddy, there's a white man down here to see you." We was living in an all-black community. So my dad came down and shook his hand and they talked. And then when he left, he said, "Son, next time just say it's a man." But then he realized I was being psychologically damaged. That's when he sent my brother and I to school in Massachusetts. We weren't going to school with white kids. When I was a kid, I thought the dumbest person in the world was a black kid because I never knew a dumb white kid. When I was growing up, D.C. was 12 to 15% black, the whole city. So D.C. was a segregated town. So to see white folks coming back after they left in the 68 riots and what have you, gentrification is a new etymology term. So that's fine. White folks are coming back. That's what it means to me.
When I was selling real estate in the 80s, I was very involved with the Droid Park, and I lived there. You know, it was mostly black and older people, like here. And over the years, it got gentrified. And if you go over there now, it's like the older people and complain about it because they say that it's noisy, it's not the character it used to be. I hope it doesn't become another yuppie neighborhood. And not that I have anything against yuppies, I sell them homes. And I hope that people who live here, it's not just because it's affordable, but because they really appreciate what Anacostia is.
I'm not concerned about it being a yuppie community. I think the people that are coming here have a sense of purpose. They come to add to the community and not to take away from the community.
I know why I moved here, because I lived all over the city and it was so transient. This is like it was. The community is really incredible. I would never move out of here. I just love it.